In November 2023, the online community was shaken by news that a member of the four great families of Kokang had died in a helicopter crash. The person rumored to have perished was Bai Yinglan, once known as the famous goddess of charity in the China-Myanmar border region. But just a month later, a shocking truth was exposed. Bai Yinglan was still alive, and the accident was merely a staged performance. Worse yet, she was on the list of 10 fugitives wanted by the Chinese Ministry of Public Security for cross-border fraud. The transformation of Bai Yinglan from an angel to a devil is not just a personal tragedy of a fallen individual. It is the tip of the iceberg of a criminal empire where human trafficking, fraud, and organ harvesting have become a dark industry manipulated by those behind the title, The Four Great Beauties of Northern Myanmar. Welcome to the ADB Crime Case channel. To understand Bai Yinglan's criminal path, we need to turn back time to understand the powerful family and her influential father, Bai Suocheng. Bai Suocheng was originally a loyal bodyguard of Peng Jiasheng, a prominent figure who once played a key role in Myanmar's politics and was formally trained in China. After leaving the organization, Peng Jiasheng turned to narcotics trafficking and quickly rose to power. With abundant financial resources and great ambition, Peng Jiasheng established his own army, occupied Kokang, and turned this land into an autonomous kingdom outside the control of the Myanmar central government. Kokang is a territory of about 2,000 square kilometers, located on the border of Yunnan Province, China, and is the special region No. 1 of Shan State, Myanmar. The rugged geography, combined with ethnic diversity, has made northern Myanmar a security hotspot. When Peng Jiasheng occupied Kokang, the central government made only one request: no drug trafficking. To avoid tension with neighboring countries, Peng Jiasheng agreed. Unable to continue the old path, he switched to the casino business and quickly turned Laochang, the capital of Kokang, into a gambling paradise. After just a few years, Peng Jiasheng's casino empire flourished. He not only consolidated power financially, but also established a private armed force, called the MNDAA, Myanmar National Democratic Alliance Army, officially becoming the absolute king of Kokang. However, this prosperity was not for everyone. Under Peng Jiasheng, dissatisfaction began to simmer. Those who used to make a fortune from illicit substances now missed the era of easy money. Although Peng Jiasheng took the majority of the profits, the money shared with his subordinates was still enough for them to live like kings. But when switching to the casino business, this huge profit stream fell almost exclusively into the hands of the Peng family, leaving loyal subordinates with only scraps. Dissatisfaction grew, fueling plans for betrayal. Among Peng Jiasheng's closest subordinates, three names stood out: Bai Suocheng, Wei Chaoren, and Liu Guoxi. Among them, Bai Suocheng, Bai Yinglan's father, was considered the second most powerful figure in Kokang. On the early morning of the 8th of August 2009, Kokang was engulfed in flames when the Myanmar government army suddenly launched a large-scale attack. Peng Jiasheng was completely passive against the preemptive strike. Except for a few soldiers loyal to the family, most of the armed forces under Bai Suocheng and other commanders silently surrendered. Peng Jiasheng was betrayed by his most trusted confidants. This event, later known as the August 8 incident, ended Kokang's autonomy. Peng Jiasheng and his family fled to China before returning to northern Myanmar to start a guerrilla war that lasted for many years. The successful coup opened a new era for Kokang, with the rise of the four new tycoons. Bai Suocheng, appointed by the government as chairman of the Kokang self-administered zone, along with Wei Chaoren, Liu Guoxi, and Liu Zhengshang, a figure secretly supporting the Myanmar government. These four quickly divided power, controlling all lucrative economic sectors in Kokang, from casinos and mineral mining to the prostitution industry. As the new bosses consolidated their positions, their children also stepped onto the political stage. Among Bai Suocheng's children, two sons, four daughters, Bai Yinglan, also known as the second sister, stood out thanks to her beauty and frequent appearances in the Chinese community in Myanmar. She became the face of the Bai family. They understood that Kokang was a lucrative target for many forces. Therefore, building an image of a responsible government recognized by the international community became a survival strategy. Bai Yinglan was entrusted with polishing the family's image. She skillfully constructed a perfect cover, a beautiful, kind-hearted lady from a noble family, actively participating in charitable activities. Bai Yinglan did not hesitate to spend 350,000 RMB, about $50,000 USD, just for lucky money at her birthday party to donate to an orphanage in Kokang. Her image was promoted on MKK TV, a media channel actually under the control of the Bai family. Besides charity, the Bai family owns the Bai Sheng Group, Bai Sheng. Outwardly, it is a multi-industry corporation operating in construction and technology, actively responding to China's Belt and Road Initiative. But behind that glamorous exterior, Bai Sheng is a front for illegal activities, including gambling, human trafficking, and prostitution, bringing huge profits to the family. Bai Yinglan holds a key position on the board of directors of Bai Sheng Group. Since 2019, when Myanmar officially allowed foreigners to invest in casinos, the country quickly became a haven for fraud syndicates and online gambling. Under pressure from crime crackdowns in China, the Philippines, Cambodia, and Thailand, a series of P2P lending platforms and scam websites shifted operations to Myanmar. Recognizing the opportunity, the four powerful families in Kokang quickly established large-scale fraud parks. Bai Yinglan devised a new tactic: online recruitment. She constantly posted videos with a sweet tone, promoting Kokang as a promised land where money falls from the sky, offering huge salaries at Bai Sheng Group and Xin Bailey. Da Hong, a factory worker in Dongguan, China, was one of the countless victims who fell into this trap. After his factory went bankrupt, Da Hong was unemployed. He received a recruitment video directly promoted by Bai Yinglan. In the video, she appeared luxurious and confident, promising a bright future. Da Hong decided to gamble everything to change his life. Along with more than 10 compatriots, he illegally crossed the border into Kokang. But the dream of changing his life shattered the moment they arrived. Da Hong and the others were immediately handed over to an armed group and driven straight to the Kangsheng Technology Park, one of the fraud zones under the control of the Bai family. Kangsheng Technology Park is surrounded by barbed wire and monitored by armed guards 24/7. It is essentially a disguised prison. Da Hong was forced to perform cross-border scam calls. Those who refused to work were beaten or electrocuted. Da Hong later learned that, besides a few volunteers, most were victims like him, tricked into coming to Kokang and then forced into labor. If they did not meet the quota, they would be sold to other parks, or worse, sent to the punishment dungeon. For those who disobeyed or tried to escape, death was the only punishment. If their families could not pay the ransom, victims could be forced to sign organ donation papers, becoming a source of live organs for the illegal transplant industry. Beside Bai Yinglan, another key figure in the Four Beauties of Kokang is Wei Rong, the daughter of Wei Charan, the second most powerful figure in Kokang after the 8.8 incident. If Bai Suocheng held supreme power, Wei Charan controlled the Border Guard Force, BGF, the only armed unit among the four families recognized by the Myanmar government. This was part of the government's divide and rule strategy to curb Bai Suocheng's power. Wei Rong is considered even more beautiful than Bai Yinglan. Together, they formed the double jade duo of Kokang. While Bai Yinglan built an intellectual image, Wei Rong pursued a luxurious, aristocratic style. She actively promoted her family's Henry Group, Heng Li. Under the guise of a rapidly developing enterprise, the Henry Group was merely a tool to lure the gullible. Wei Rong led a massive team of hot boys and hot girls, young, good-looking models trained in singing and dancing. These influencers constantly produced live-stream videos turning Kokang into a paradise. But once victims arrived, they realized they had entered a living hell. Handsome men were lured into casinos and stripped of their money, then forced to work in fraud farms. Beautiful women were forced into brothels, managed by Henry Group or used as honey traps for scams. The cruelty of Wei Rong and Bai Yinglan earned them the nickname the organ harvesting duo of Northern Myanmar. The illegal organ trade in Myanmar becomes even more suspicious when compared to national statistics. According to data, organ transplants in Myanmar skyrocketed after 2010. While Myanmar is a Buddhist country where organ donation culture is rare, hundreds of transplants are performed annually, mainly using organs from anonymous donors. The compatibility rate, HLA, between strangers is extremely low, less than 1%. The question arises, how can Myanmar perform so many transplants from unidentified donors? Is there a terrifying truth that a large number of people are disappearing to become sources of illegal organs? Another scandalous figure in the northern Myanmar underworld is Zhu Qianmei, often referred to in the original text as Chu Hien Mai. Unlike Bai Yinglan and Wei Rong, Zhu Qianmei did not come from the four families of Kokang, but from Yunnan, China. Starting as an online influencer, she had a spectacular life change after marrying Bao Junlong, the son of a warlord in Wa State, Myanmar. Wa State is controlled by Bao Yuxiang, the king of Wa State, who commands the largest ethnic army in Myanmar, UWSA. With the backing of her husband's family, Zhu Qianmei became a boss lady of fraud operations in Wa State, flaunting her wealth and creating a Myanmar romance trend on social media to lure young girls. The final character in the four demonesses is Ming Zhenzhen, the granddaughter of Ming Xuechang. Although the Ming family was not originally one of the official four great families, Ming Xuechang was a tycoon leading the fraud industry in Kokang. Ming Zhenzhen, though only in her early 20s, revealed leadership talent and cruelty far beyond ordinary people. She managed the Crouching Tiger Villa, Wohu Villa, a notorious fraud center. Her crimes peaked with the alleged involvement in the massacre of 4 undercover Chinese police officers in the 10.2 incident. However, this evil woman finally paid the price. In November, Ming Zhenzhen was arrested, becoming the first of the four demonesses to fall into the net of the law. Bai Yinglan, Wei Rong, Zhu Qianmei, and Ming Zhenzhen, the four demonesses of northern Myanmar. They used beauty and deceit to push thousands into misery. The arrest of Ming Zhenzhen was just the beginning. The war against crime in northern Myanmar is still long and arduous. As of late 2023, the Myanmar government army and Chinese authorities have arrested approximately 30,000 suspects related to fraud at the border. The empires of the four families are crumbling,